Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt, and it is Terrifying Tuesday. Yes, 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 folks. I do hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life's too short as is. And please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of your faces every Monday through Friday for my silly little reviews, even the ones that are not here to be happy with me and give me a thumbs down. I am still happy to see you and glad you still popped over to say hi. Anyways, now and then also do look in the description box for more information on the daily film, such as your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your director, the runtime cut I am watching, along with a link for a trailer of a scene, a link for a trailer or a scene in the movie, and then there's also going to be some trivia in there if I find anything worthwhile of mentioning. Just a little more information to put in there for you guys to check out. So definitely do yourself a huge favor and take a gander through there and see if there's any more information that helps you decide if you want to see the movie or not. You know, I try to give you guys a little bit of everything, so you can to give you a taste to decide if you wish to watch it. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's move on to the movie of the day. Now, this one came out this one was filmed in 2017, didn't come out here till the stateside till 2020, and is none other than What the Waters Left Behind. This is a very interesting movie. What does it say? They come for you. Yes, that is generally what happens when bad guys are trying to kill you. They come for you. I don't, that tagline is just whack as can be, in my opinion. I think it's stupid. You can probably hear my dog snoring next to me. He's just chilling there, acting like a little silly boy that he is. Anyways, this one came out from Unearthed Films. This is available on both Blu-ray and DVD. I suggest just getting the Blu-ray, because DVD at this point is so a lot of stuff is not worth getting on DVD unless it's super independent and that's the only way you can get it. Then I'm all for it. But otherwise, try to go with the Blu-ray, guys. Get with the times. Get with the technology of today. Don't live in the past, especially with the VHS stuff. I understand the love, but I don't understand it in the same sense, if that makes sense. Alright, now this one is not rated. It runs at 1 hour and 38 minutes. You do need to watch through the credits, because there is clips through the credits that add a little more to the story, especially the backstory to the town. What is it? Epecuén. Epecuén is the town, I believe, is how it's pronounced. But it's basically about that. But anyways, I'll get to that in a moment. As far as the Blu-ray goes, it is a standard issue press blue, zero reversible artwork on the inside. As far as your special features go, you got some extra footage in there, along with a photo gallery, I believe. Yep, a photo gallery, and then a gallery for trailers, which has other stuff from Unearthed Films listed in there. Definitely check out those. There's some good ones in there. I think Gutterballs was on there. I know that Nightwish and Unnameable and Dark Side of the Moon, I think those are all on there as well, along with the trailer for this one. That's as far as special features go. There's not a whole lot on there. Now, as far as what the movie is about exactly. Oh wait, first I forgot to name off the entire cast, because there's a ton of people in this. I mean, not a ton, but they literally listed everybody on the cast on the with the credits part here, which that's usually where I get my starring cast, is from that. That is the bread and butter of the movie, in my opinions. Anybody else that's added in will be they're like a little surprise, and that I like to leave in there. But anyways, now I'm going to be murdering a lot of names here, folks, so don't be too upset with me. We got Augustin, Pardella, Victorio, Maurette, Victoria de la Sandro, Damian, Dreizik, Paula, Brasca, Paula, Sartor, Chucho, Fernandez, German, Baudino, And then lead Tamara Garzon, Gustavo Garzon, and Maria Busnelli. A lot of Argentinians in there. This was filmed in Argentina, by the way, if you do not know that. It is made by Italian filmmakers, though. Both the Onetti brothers, Luciano and Nicolas Onetti, are the ones that filmed this, which I know them most for the movie Francesca, which is also a Unearthed Films release. I do recommend that one over this. That one is a little more style and substance over it. This one has a lot of style. It just feels played out. It is almost a remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre in ways. It is like if the Argentinian Rob Zombie decided to remake Chainsaw Massacre in this little town of Epecuén. That's my best way to describe this movie. Now, what exactly is it about? It is about a group of filmmakers that are they're going to make a documentary on the town of Epecuén, which 30 years before there was a huge flood in the 80s, 1985, November 10th, 1985. But they have a huge flood that engulfs the whole town. 30 years later, the water finally recedes, and this is basically the town is still left there. It is complete skeletons, basically. It is a dead town. Nobody lives there really, except for a few people here and there. Kind of a no man's land, basically. It's a deserted place. Which, if you're underwater for 30 years, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, they had stuff like the tombs with all the corpses were coming up out of it. All the buildings were over flooded. Like they went up over the roofs and stuff like that. So it was very bad for them, very turbulent. Now, so they're going there to make this documentary on that, and while they bring this girl that was from there. Her grandmother lived there, and she would go and visit her grandmother on a regular basis. So she basically lived there. But they take her to this town, and they're filming things. Little do they know there are people that were left behind that are what I would say are. I hate to use the term inbred, but one of them definitely looked like he was inbred. His whole face was pretty gnarly, like deformed, and like if you look on the back, you can see him clear as day right there. He's got a very deformed face. So he is he's a biological disaster. Let's just call him that. He is somebody that probably, if it was born anywhere else in even more dire times, he probably would not have lived. He clearly had people that were taking care of him, so that's the only reason he survived along with these others. He has 2 brothers and his grandmother. And of course, there's another sibling in there, which you find out at the end. It's one of those things you see it coming a mile away. Like, I guessed it within the first 10 minutes of the movie. Like, oh yeah, this person is so and so, and they're with them. One of those kind of ordeals. Now, as far as like what happens, when they get to this this little town. They aren't finding much of anything except for ruins. They stopped at this little gas station, and there was a little bit of a squabble between them and between the filmmakers and the people there at the garage where they purchased some gasoline, and they wanted them to buy some meat pies from them, in which the meat pies are you find out what's in them later. You find out it's humans inside of it, but they show these meat pies, and there's giant roaches crawling all over them, and they just flick them off, and like, here you go, you want to eat one? I highly suggest you start figuring out how many you want, because I'm not just here to pick up after you tourists. One of those kind of things. That's pretty much how she lays it down. It's kind of funny. But they as they're heading into this town, they are losing gas rapidly. Somebody had cut their gas line. Luckily, an older gentleman comes along and is going to help them out with the getting help, getting a new fuel line, and then getting some more fuel to put in it so they can get the hell out of there because they are stuck in this deserted town of Epecuén. And there is the director who is wearing a Francesca shirt, which is I kind of got a giggle out of that because it's like oh, you're gonna promote your own movie within a movie, you sly dog, you. But anyways, he goes off with this man. They get stopped and get. The director is brutally murdered. The old man, you find out that he is looking for somebody. You don't know exactly who. You just see a picture of her, a really old picture of her. But then you find out that she has been taken care of by the people that were left in Epecuén. They essentially killed and ate her. One of those ordeals. That's my guess, because he finds a phone at one point with that he recognizes, and it more than likely is hers. Now they get picked off one by one by these bad boys. They wear different masks. Like one is like a ram's head. One has got like a cattle skull. And then there was a third one. I forget exactly what he is, but he looked like Randy Quaid, cousin Eddie from the Vacation movies. He looked like him a little bit. I got quite a chuckle out of that. What else do we got going on here? There's a lot of weird sexual tension between Randy Quaid's character and every person that comes through there. Because at one point he talks about how he's laid out a bunch of fuckboys in the ditch out there, and he doesn't know how many, and he proceeds to tell this to this guy, and then he pees all over him. So it gets a little gnarly with him. He decides he's going to rape one of the women there, which all of the women were actually very attractive in my opinion. I'm not knocking a single one of them. They were all pretty faces, but they all get picked off one by one. You find out that one of the girls is actually part of the family. I'm just going to give it up. She's part of the family, and she has basically lured all of them there to be killed for this family because they as a revenge, because they got left behind. No one ever came to help them, and blah 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 blah, things like that. Pretty lame in my opinion. This is kind of a dull movie for the most. I would say pass it unless you really want to watch something a little mean-spirited but extremely predictable. It feels like a huge budget movie, so definitely keep that in mind when you're going into this. This is not your typical super low budget underground affair for like Unearthed usually does. Now, as far as any kind of ratings would go on this thing, as far as the technical side goes, this thing's probably a 2 out of 5. The only thing it's got going is it has some beautifully shot scenery. There's some cool like drone. You can clearly tell it's being filmed with a drone up above, but there's some really cool footage being filmed from up above with that I really enjoy. The scenery of the town is just absolutely just stunning. How crazy it looks. It's really nice. Now, as far as any kind of entertainment side goes, this thing's probably a 2 or a 3 out of 5. This is like a 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10 kind of movie. Not really the best. Not really one of my favorites from Unearthed Films. Hence why I'm going to keep the review nice and short, because I got to get out of here. My battery's almost dead. I'm at 2%. So I better go get plugged in and get this uploaded for you guys. Alright, sorry if the review sucks for you guys. Go ahead and thumbs down it if you want. Alright, love your faces.